What's up, everybody? It's Alex, and today we've got some awesome trades planned for you on this Tuesday. Now, with that being said, it is a Tuesday, so don't be expecting 800% returns today like we oftentimes can put together. But what we are expecting is to make about 200% on some of these, possibly pushing about 300% return maybe. Okay, so let's go ahead and show you what we've got. Now, look at this middle row here with AutoZone, Boeing, and Snow. These are our top three that we're going to be focusing on, and I'll show you exactly what our plan is for all of them. Now, guys, Boeing, phenomenal looking trade here. The trade started yesterday and it's continuing into today. Okay, now you're thinking double top, Alex. Oh yeah, baby. Okay, guys, the truth is, if it was just as simple as being a double top, everybody would be a phenomenal trader. It takes a lot of other things, a lot of other factors that go into it. It's a beautiful chart, guys. Our course members know exactly how to read that, how to anticipate the drop here. And I'm sure we've got a lot of course members who are already planning on trading it, because what we teach there, guys, it sticks with you. It's very easily applied to everything you do. And that's why it's very good. But anyways, guys, I'm not trying to talk about the course right now. I'm trying to talk about the top three trades, and that's why we're shorting Boeing today on the bounces, not anticipating a bounce back up to 243. We believe it's highly unlikely, and we've got a lot of downside, a lot of meat to the downside here. So look, if you think you're late because you didn't start shorting it yesterday, don't worry. Okay, this is not fear of missing out. This is a calculated anticipation, calculated entry, basically where you know that the downside is greater than the upside here. You still got meat on the bone, so don't think you're too late. It's not too late to short Boeing, and that's our first trade for the day. Now, getting into Snow. Okay, this is our second trade for the day, and I absolutely love this setup. Okay, now guys, there's no pattern here, besides maybe a double top, if you consider that one. Probably is, but let's be real here. Okay, if double tops, always worked, why didn't this double top work? Why does it actually shoot higher at this level, right? So it's not about patterns, guys. Open your eyes. There's way more that goes into identifying winning trades, especially when you got a madman like myself calling a 40-point drop today. At least a 25-point drop in Snow. Now, guys, who is calling the 25 plus point drops in a $400 stock like we have here? Nobody does that, okay? And there's a reason. It's because they're not nearly as skilled as any of us here on this channel, because I believe that what we teach here, I believe the things that we go over, are far better than anybody else you'll find. Okay, and that's why we have the skills and confidence to call a 25 plus point drop here today in Snow. So that's exactly what we're doing, playing it to the downside. Now, guys, I've hit every single time on Snow so far, besides the earnings. Okay, because we're expecting it to likely drop post earnings, but that was obviously not the case. Okay, but besides that, we've nailed Snow every single time, and I believe we nail it again here today. So that's exactly what we're doing, playing it to the downside. And what you want to be looking out for, okay? It's very simple. One of the easiest stocks you could trade, okay? Basically, near the open, you need to see a crazy spike in sellers, okay? And so what you see here is looking promising, right? It looks like it chooses its direction. It's selling off, but look at the volume. It's kind of dwindling, okay? And so then, boom, look at the buyers. It's basically matching the sellers. That's not what you want to see. Now, take a look at this example here. Look at the buyers here. Very strong volume. Now let's look at the pullbacks on how little volume they are. Okay, now maybe you're thinking this is a pullback, but look at how much volume of that was actually to the upside. That's why this is not considered a pullback. Okay, let's look at pullback there, super low volume. Pullback here, super low volume. You see, so that's how you understand and confirm the direction on a stock like Snow, when you actually know which direction it's likely to go. So look, on a day like this, if you knew it was likely to go higher, well, look at the pullbacks. Okay, when it's pulling back, super low volume. You see this, right? And so that's when the direction is confirmed. That's when you play it to the long side, okay? So same thing with today, okay? Except today you flip the inverse, and basically what you're looking for is to the downside. You're looking for the bounces, right? The buyers to be on low volume. That way it's going to confirm your play to the downside. So it's a lot of it is going to react. It's going to depend on your reaction and your understanding of what you're doing, right? But obviously, as long as we're correct on the initial drop, the initial direction, it should be pretty damn easy to play. Okay, you're basically just looking for any bearish signs that you can find, such as volume. Now, guys, please don't go around looking at charts and just looking at the volume and comparing the candles, being like, oh no, this candle's got more volume, this candle's got less volume. Guys, that doesn't work, trust me. Basically, what that is doing is tunnel visioning you on little characteristics like this. Okay, the big characteristic is the chart, okay, and not just, the intraday. It's what's actually going on throughout, the past few days, and so it's all set up. Okay, so you only use these little things such as the volume per candle once you understand the bigger picture. Okay, you got to understand the bigger picture before you get into the little details of the picture that help you confirm the bigger picture. Okay, and I think it's pretty obvious, but I've just seen a lot of new beginner traders do that. They'll just go and look at the candles and compare the volume. Like, guys, that doesn't work, all right? Focus on the bigger picture, and that's the bigger picture today for Snow. Now, getting into our last trade for the day, AutoZone, okay? Now, let me walk you through this. I've done some of the stats on this one, okay? And what you'll find is interesting, okay? AutoZone has only gapped down 1 out of the last 6 earnings reports, so we don't have a ton of data to go off of based on this AutoZone reaction so far. But what I will tell you that's very important is the DTR and how it reacted the last time AutoZone gapped down. So let's go ahead and get into that. Okay, basically what you're seeing here with AutoZone is the gap down, right? So far about 30 points, 25 points. Okay, so the last time AutoZone gapped down, it actually finished minus 2.12%. Okay, so we can calculate that in a sec. And your best entry was calls at the open or puts on the bounce. Basically, what it was a recovery candle, basically kind of like a shoe carnival, except it didn't fully recover. It ended up coming back down. So that gives you 2 ways to play it, right? You can anticipate a recovery here today, or basically, okay, so let's say this, right? Let's say it opens here. You can anticipate a recovery, okay, and then basically expect it to set a top, and then it's going to come back down and really end higher than where it started the day at. Okay, that's like the most likely thing, but that's a very hard trade. Okay, look, the way I just explained it, I don't think that's giving anyone certainty in this trade. Okay, neither is it giving it to myself. So basically, I've got one way to play this. Okay, because there's a lot of scenarios here. The data does not really help us narrow it down here. Okay, but the one data point that does help us in this trade is the average DTR, which is 70 freaking points, guys. Huge DTR. That's why we like this trade. And if you're worried about the volume, guys, don't worry. Some of my best trades ever have been on AutoZone. Okay, and yesterday on the option chain, you actually saw hundreds of contracts being bought. Okay, so obviously be modest, okay, because the thing is with low volume contracts, if you go all out, sometimes you're not going to be able to get rid of them. Okay, and that's why, especially if you're wrong on the trade, you're definitely not going to be able to get rid of them, which means you can lose 100% of the investment in that trade typically. Okay, so the thing is, as long as you get the trade right, you get the direction right, and you get a decent entry, right? It doesn't matter if there's low volume. You're gonna be able to sell them. Why? Because they're profiting for you. And if they're profiting for you, they're gonna, somebody else will want them. I don't know if robots pick up the contracts, but someone will pick them up as long as the contracts are actually in the green. They're making you money. Okay, and so at least from typically, right? Unless it's like a million contracts, freaking 2,000 contracts you buy. I don't think anyone's buying 1,000 contracts at $1,100. That's gonna be $1 million invested into a fucking AutoZone today, guys. Okay, so look, I don't think anyone's doing that, so I think we should be okay here today on AutoZone. But basically now, god damn it, guys. Like I said, it's a hard setup because it's doing the one scenario that it's barely ever done in the last 6 earnings reports. So let me show you my plan because nonetheless, it can be a highly lucrative trade if you can nail it. So like I said, it can kind of recover here, but what I'm waiting for is the top to be set, and when it shows weakness, it shows maybe that top being set. Perhaps it could be at this 1178 level that we recover up. Okay, that's where I'd be looking for weakness. So that's the only way I trade it, is when the thing shows weakness to the upside at a top level, and that's how I know that I get a large DTR move to the downside, possibly almost 70 points. Okay, so that is your plan for the day. We got AutoZone puts on a significant bounce to a major resistance level. Okay, we've got Boeing puts today, and we've got Snow puts today, all to the short side, and that's how it's done. Now, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure you have your notification bell on, because the thing that pisses me off the most is when people always show up to the video and are like, oh my god, I wish I saw this video earlier, I would have made so much money. Don't be that guy, okay? So go ahead, turn that bell on now. That way we can see you here soon again when we post the next daily trading video. Speaking of daily trades, if you want to be on our email plan, basically where we send you trades on days where, we're planning to trade, but maybe we don't get a video out, you could be a part of that. It's completely free and just there to help you guys because we are a community and we are here for you. Okay, so guys, go ahead, drop a like if you haven't already, and make it a great day. Let me know how you do. We like our setups here. I'd rate it a 7.9 out of 10 day. It's not the greatest day ever, but it's a good day. Okay, it's a Tuesday. If this was a Friday, it'd be a really great day. Okay, so once again, Tuesday. So we're targeting about 200% returns, and we'd be pretty happy with that here on a Tuesday. Okay, so let's go ahead and rock. Let's roll, and I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, bye.